Hello everybody and welcome back. Alright, if you've seen my previous video on this, I'll show it right here, this Fortnite video. I basically went over how to get free XP, meaning how to get XP without having to do anything. And because that video is a little bit outdated, I thought I would make a new one. I do want to show real quick, I haven't even played like any at all this season. You can see I don't even have the new areas unlocked. I haven't done any of the, I think these are the beginner challenges, and you can check, I haven't done any of them. And yet I'm already level, what was it, 66? Yeah, I'm already level 66, as you can see. I haven't been doing this method every day. I just want to warn you. And I guess speaking of warnings, there's a couple things we have to go over before I start talking about this glitch. First things first, this is going to require you to either have a controller or a keyboard that allows you to use macros. That being said, I highly recommend you do this glitch on a second device if you're able to. For example, if you mainly play on Xbox and you have a Switch as well, do this on your Nintendo Switch. Or if you play on computer and you own an Xbox, then I recommend you do it on Xbox. So let me show right here, these are the new XP caps for the different game modes. And as you can see, Lego Fortnite caps at 2.5 hours at however many levels this is. It says 7.12, but I've kind of noticed a bit more sometimes, or maybe a bit less. It could just be because it's so early in the season. That being said, yes, it is usually going to take about 2 to 3 hours just to get 5 levels. But if you think about it, that's about 5, let's just say it's 5. It's about 5 levels every single day. And you don't have to do anything. You can do this glitch and then leave it on while you go to school, while you go to work. Yeah, I'm sure you can find things to do while this is going on in the background. Let's go ahead and go into Lego Fortnite. This is, from what I can tell, the only area where you can get the XP from. I kept trying to do the AFK method in both the jam stage and the main stage, because this actually used to work in the jam stage, and none of these seem to work anymore for some reason. So what you're going to want to do for the world settings is basically just have a creative world that keeps you from dying. So put it on sandbox. You could turn enemies off. You could turn your hunger off if you want to. Player elimination, just leave this on off. And that's about all the settings. Basically just have a creative world. You can see I already have one right here that I've been using. I do want to warn as well, if you're doing this on controller, this has a high likelihood of giving your controller stick drift. So if you have, a crappy controller that you usually lend to your friends, then just go ahead and use that one, I guess. Okay, so there's 2 methods of doing this. One of them I'm going to show, the other one I'm not going to show because it's kind of useless. The version I'm not going to show is, if you don't know, you can make these different contraptions that keep you from going AFK to the game. The problem with doing it this way is usually Epic patches these methods. So what I recommend you do is the old-fashioned way of just tying a rubber band between your 2 thumbsticks. However, you might be thinking that this was patched, and technically it is. I'm going to show a little bit of what I mean by this. Okay, so as you can see, we have my controller right here. This is not my main controller, obviously, because I don't care if this one breaks. And we also have a rubber band right here. And you can see over here, we have my Switch, and we also have a charger. So I actually recommend, so that your controller doesn't turn off, you go ahead and plug in whatever controller you're using into the console that you're using. Now what you want to do is just tie the rubber band around the 2 sticks. However, like I said, if you just do it this way and you leave the 2 sticks close together like this, you will get kicked for being idle. So what you have to do is, at least for me, what I do is I make it to where this left stick is just barely moving the character, and then the right stick is also just barely moving. So my character is doing this currently, and you can see my controller is still right over here. And I am gonna warn that this still has a chance of kicking you out. So what I recommend you do is, if you're gonna set this up before you go to work or before you go to school or whatever, set it up basically right when you wake up, and then see if you get kicked by the time you're like ready to leave your house. And if you've done it right, then by the time you're done, you should see you've gotten XP. In my case, because I've done this on my Switch, I can still use my computer. I could still, play other games in the background if I want to. And that's why I recommend you do this on a second console if you have it. And if you don't have a second console, then just do this in your free time, or maybe while you're, scrolling on TikTok or watching YouTube. Just leave this on in the background. Alright, there's a couple things I want to commentate over for after this time lapse. One of them is, as you're seeing, this is a inactivity warning that they give you whenever you're about to be kicked for inactivity. If you ever see this, just adjust your joysticks a little bit. And then the second thing you're gonna see is a server warning. So after about, the 3 hours, it'll automatically kick you and bring you to the main menu or the main lobby menu. You can ignore this warning. After it kicks you to the main lobby, you should automatically get your battle stars, and it should automatically be the amount of time that you need to spend in this game mode. Anyways, I just wanted to explain those if you're seeing these different pop-ups. Alright, and as you can see, we got 35 battle stars. I guess it really was 7 levels like I showed in that tweet. So I guess if you want to get to level 200, it should just take you 1 month then, I guess. If you're doing this every day, that is. And like I said, this is without me playing any other game mode at all. And yeah, like I said, that's basically the only easy way to make XP. You can still get XP by doing creative maps and actually playing the game, but everyone knows Fortnite sucked this season and last season, so I don't really care enough to actually play the game. I'd rather just turn this on when I wake up and then not have to deal with it. If you like the video and if this worked for you, go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to my main channel. Some people don't know that this is my second channel. And also, I don't respond to comments a lot on here because, like I said, I'm not really on this channel too much. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.